What's up, people? Welcome back to Vertical Football. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Things We Learned. Leeds United 1, Manchester United 1. Guys, a lot of talking points in today's game. Really a lot of talking points. But another draw. We're not happy with the results. We have opportunities and after opportunities this season to stake a claim to the top 4, to stake a claim to higher up on the table. But for some reason, for different reasons, we've not been able to make that next step. So guys, let's jump right into the analysis of today. Let's understand what happened in the game. I think first and foremost, the game started as I expected it was going to start. I think for the first 5 minutes, I didn't like the reaction of the United players. I didn't like the intensity of their runs. I didn't like the way the body language for me. But as the game grew on, I began to see a much more better reaction from them. And yes, I understand that the way they approached this Leeds game, the way I saw it was like they approached the Leeds game in a different way than what they approached, for example, Wolves. Because obviously, the coach has said it, as Amorim has said that the fact that, and everybody knows that Leeds is a very fast team. It's a team that will hurt you on the transitions. And so United understands that they don't have the legs. They don't have that ability to deal with the transitions. And so for most part of the game, we found out that United tried to control the game and make it our own. For patches, we could see that we made it our own in a way in terms of calming the ball down, making it intricate passes, right? And away game against a very fast Leeds United, a transition-based team, you try and make it, But I felt that, the second half was a little bit much better, in my opinion, a little bit much better. It's not as if the 2 hours were good, but we could still see, a little bit much, improvement. But I felt that, we did not hurt team. We did not hurt Leeds the way we could have hurt them. We could not hurt them the way we could have hurt them. And when I look at certain things in the game, and let me just share a few dynamics I saw in this game that shows how that, the absences to this team is really affecting this team. Is the fact that there was an obvious weakness of Leeds in this game. And that obvious weakness was the fact that, when you play it long, to Sesko, for example, the way they play a little bit of a mid-block, that's Leeds. They come out a little bit into the mid-block. Once Sesko wins the ball and it goes to Dogu, Dogu tried, at least his best of his ability in that position. But the fact is that, those moments where Sesko will take it to Dogu, that we saw in a couple of moments in the game, if it was an Mbeumo or an Ahmad there, would have been much more dangerous, would have been much more hurting, right? And that weakness that Leeds showed us in this game was the midfield. And when I said, okay, I understand that Tanaka is not playing. I understand that I think another of their players is suspended. That is a permanent, like a very decent midfielder that is not present. But I saw the way the likes of Ugarte, Casemiro were not necessarily doing the best of things, but they were having some little good passes in the center in patches. And also sometimes they were winning the second balls. They were having some recoveries in that center. That was like, this, we could have maybe done better in terms of, how we pass from the center if a likes of Bruno Fernandes was there. Also, you see sometimes where you see that Cunha at certain moments was the one even doing the switch of play passes to the other side, right? And you just want that, what if it was a Bruno Fernandes doing it to other players, not other players trying to do it, Cunha trying to do it to Dogu. So when you don't see these dynamics, you don't be like, really, the AFCON has really affected this team. I don't think it should be a new thing to tell somebody that is objective that AFCON has really affected this team. But nevertheless, the team is not losing, even though where we want to win. We can still see a little bit of quality. For example, Ugarte was amazing in this game, but we need quality to win. We need bite to win. We need that bite to win. And this game, we do not have that bite again. And when you look at it, you just be like, if leave only we had the bite, it could be a different result. Another thing about this game is, let me talk about individuals. As I said earlier, Ugarte was fantastic. Not that he did the special 10 over 10 thing, but he did what we expect from Emmanuel Ugarte. I think that's what I would say. In terms of what is your ability and what did you bring for today, I want to praise Emmanuel Ugarte. Based on his own ability, he did what he did today. Second balls, being in the duels, coverage, on the ball, being simple as possible, he was there. And I think I want to appreciate him for these few games after the likes of Bruno's injury and the likes, he has stepped up. Yes, and for me, if he can give us this basic performances to the end of the season, we will appreciate it because it gives us another option. It gives us another option that we really appreciate. So, but also let me talk about Benjamin Sesko. I was not impressed with his game today, even though I know the last game, I know he wasn't clinical in the last game. That was against the last game against Wolves. But I felt that today, what he did well against Wolves, he did not do well today in terms of the mobility, in terms of being physical. Sometimes I was like, Sesko, be closer to the defender. Make life a living hell for the defender. Just put your body. It wasn't physical. I understand that the pressing, he couldn't really press well or press much because we need to be compact in terms of not exposing ourselves to Leeds fast play. But at certain moment, I needed to be physical. I needed him to charge better. I needed to do a lot of things better, which he did not do better. The finishing, obviously, is not there. At certain moments where the best, and there was a particular ball that the best option wasn't to use your head. The best option was to try and control and shoot. He used his head. The ball, I think the ball came from Casemiro. The way I saw it, he should have maybe controlled it because the ball wasn't high enough, and he ended up having a woeful header. So I felt there are certain things he should have done today, and I think I'm putting out to him. He has to do much better. He really has to do much better. Other performances that I wasn't pleased with, Dalo's performance. I wasn't pleased with Dalo's performance. I felt that Dalo was just existing in that game. You understand? And when you look to the bench, you don't have what to change with. You can see the second half. The second half was a little bit much better than the first half. Why? Because Zirkzee came in, and Zirkzee had those patches till he got his assist, right? So we needed it to be much more dangerous in front of goal, to be much more dangerous in terms of our chances created. We needed also, to have different dynamics that we did not have. And when you look to the bench, there was nobody in the bench. So I felt, I was just watching to let's see. And this game again was a game, let's see if we can find a way to win. Let's see if we can. And funny enough, there was no way we could have won. Yeah, I know Cunha had a shot to the pool and the likes. But for me, I hardly saw a way we could have won in this game. And what I just see is that I don't see this game as a game that was drawn because of system. I see it as a game that was drawn because we didn't have the adequate personnel, the right kind of personnel to have the bite to win this game. And for me, it's really sad. Really sad. I just hope that this week now, as the knockout stages of the AFCON is going on, maybe we might get two of our boys back. I know definitely we are closer to the final. So I think we'll be much, much better when the players come in. But for me, I felt that we did have bite against this game, and it was really, 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 really sad. So I want to appreciate the likes of Martinez, Lamens, Heaven. Yes, a mistake for the goal of Leeds, but mistakes happen, and I won't blame him for that. Luke Shaw was fantastic. Matheus Cunha, holding the ball at certain moments, but obviously, he stepped up in some moments, got the goal for us. I feel he can do better. He can release the ball better. But I think I won't say it was a bad performance from him. Really, I just felt he could have done better. Dogu was there. It's a different kind of game for Dogu when he has to beat people, right? It's a different game than when he has to run into space. In that place when the place is free and he runs into space. So there are different games, for these players. But ultimately, I just feel that we could have won the game if we had more bites, if we had more, more variation in how we attack. We are missing Bruno, we are missing Mbeumo, we are missing Ahmad. It's not an excuse. I think it's just the reality of what we have seen today. So guys, thank you very much for sticking with me. This is my little analysis on the game against Leeds versus Manchester United. Leeds 1, Manchester United 1. I know you have your own opinions about this game. Obviously, what do you think about the match? Do you think what I said was wrong? Do you think you saw it in a different way? Let's have that discussion in the comment section. We appreciate your communication. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And most importantly, don't forget to share. Until I see you next time. Bye.